Hello, my beautiful soul followers. So I already did a video today. So if you're watching this, then I recorded this a couple days ago, but I had so much to share with you guys. I wanted to jump on and keep the flow going, keep that orgasmic energy going. And so you guys are going to take a nice walk with me as I talk about the juiciness of orgasm and how I know when I am having an amazing, yummy, juicy, deeply penetrating orgasm. So some people might be like, "Duh, Addison, if you feel good, if you feel like you're going to hit that climax, that's when you're having a deep, penetrating, juicy orgasm." But the fact is, that's not always when I'm having my best, most healing in truth, because orgasm, like physical orgasm, is a healing tool. It releases chemicals in our brain. It works on our emotions, and that's what we're really going to talk about today. So let me tell you a little bit of a story. So a week or so ago, I was having sex with this really great man. He got me so in my heart. And we were having some really connective moments. And it got to a point in the sex where he was hitting right on my cervix, not to go super TMI, but he was hitting right on my cervix. And for those of you who know anything about our sexuality, the fact is, as a woman, our cervix holds a lot of trauma, holds a lot of emotion, holds a shit ton of stuff. And so we were having some amazing sex, and he started rubbing right there. And as soon as he did, I started crying. Tears, just not like bawling, not like, not weeping, but tears started flowing from my eyes. And there was a piece of me that wanted to retract. There's a piece of me that wanted to run from my own orgasm. Yes, even sex coaches sometimes want to run from their own orgasm because it was so deep and it was so vulnerable. And that's what I mean by deep. The emotions of it were so penetrating. It was so beautiful of a moment as the tears just flowed, and the pleasure then flowed as well, because the fact is, in our sex, we hold so much energy from our lives. Our sex holds so much energy of our entire lives. That's why our lives mirror our sex, and our sex mirrors our life. But throughout our day, we have lots of things that will pile up in our physical bodies. And a lot of times when we're having that deep level orgasm, that's when they'll get released. And so I know I'm having a deeply penetrating orgasm, a juicy orgasm, a healing orgasm, when I have all these emotions come up. Let me sit for a second so I'm not bouncing you guys quite as much. But when I have all these orgasms come up, when I have all these emotions come up, that is when I know I'm having a juicy orgasm. That's when I know that I'm really healing myself, healing my sex. I'm filling myself. And that doesn't mean that I'm always crying in my sex. Sometimes that means I'm laughing. And I love it when my partners will be like, "Why are you laughing, Addison?" I'm like, just keep going. Like, let's keep what we're doing. Because it is this joyful orgasmic energy that comes up. And a lot of people might think, "Oh, duh. Emotions have to be a piece of your orgasm." But a lot of people don't really actually tap into the depth of their emotions when they're in the bedroom. They're not really, they might feel like, "Oh, I love this man or this woman. I love my partner." They might have that moment, but they don't really allow the full spectrum of their emotions in the bedroom. And that is truly one of those pieces I can tell you for myself is a marker of how good the sex is. Yes, there's that physical climactic energy that happens and the presence, and we could go into lots of other pieces of good sex. But when my heart space is open as a woman, that is when I am having the juiciest of sex. That is when I'm having that sex that I would consider gourmet. It's beautiful. for many years did a workshop called Female Orgasm Camp where I was the model. It is actually still coming up this year, but I was the model for this. And I would always tell the audience as I modeled the many different kinds of orgasm all the way up to energetic orgasm. I would always tell the people in the audience and be like, okay, I'm going to laugh. And then after I laugh, I most likely will cry. I most likely will release all this stuff. And guess what? Nothing wrong is happening. Nothing wrong is happening. And that's the issue. In a lot of people's sex, we think that if emotions are coming up that aren't, aren't lovey-dovey, but maybe some anger or sadness, and we start to cry. I know men tend to freak out if their woman starts crying in the bedroom. Or I've had moments where like anger will come up in me, and it's not necessarily anger at my partner. It is just an anger that needs to be released. And these are moments when we need to really breathe into our emotions, and we have to learn to fully embody them and allow them to flow through us. And I work with my clients all the time on just that, and to release the emotions so it's not so intense all the time. Because if you are undersexed, if you are really struggling with your orgasm and haven't had that deep, deep level of heart-centered orgasmic energy happening, haven't really gotten physically touched, and have been kind of riding on that high peak energy climax, then a lot of times when we first start to release that kind of energy, it can be intense. It can be a lot of tears. It can be a lot of anger. And to really know yourself and know where you're at, and just talk with your partner. Talk with your partner in the moment. I'm going to get up now. I'm getting bit by bugs. To talk with your partner in the moment and just go, keep going. And this is where sexual communication is so important. And I'm not going to go into that today on my video, but to really have kind of a standard of communication of like, no, keep going. It's okay. And then just continuing on and allowing the tears to flow. Like I said, there was a moment in like a week or so ago when I had a quick second of wanting to like run from the tears, not wanting to really go there, not wanting to let him see me just like cry. Thankfully, he knows me enough that he was like, okay, Addison's just crying. It's no big deal. She's not telling me I'm doing anything wrong, so I'm just going to keep going. And the fact is, it was so incredibly healing. I felt so cleansed by that process because it was a heart-centered opening. And as somebody who trained as a Tantric Practitioner for years, the fact is, a woman's sex, you must open her heart. You must crack her heart open to have that truly healing, beautiful, orgasmic sex, that deeper sex, that gourmet sex that I want you all to have. And that's why I jump on live streams and write articles and do what I do, because I want you to not just have that in the bedroom, but I want you to have it in life. And emotions are required. When we try to restrict our emotions, we restrict our orgasm. Because I can tell you, in the bedroom or out of the bedroom, after I have released and allowed that cry, allowed that laughter, that childlike laughter to just like roll out of me, guess what? The pleasure is so much greater. That's when I hit multiple peaks in my sex. That is when I walk through my day and I feel just so good and so free. And I can feel myself. And I want you to be able to feel yourself and feel that beautiful orgasm. So how do you know if you're having good sex? And how do you know if you're having a good orgasmic life? Pay attention to your emotions. And I will continue to keep talking about this topic because I am really passionate about it. But I will let you guys go for today. If you're interested, go and click the link to do a free chat with me. We can talk about all the ways to get you to your orgasmic frequency, really tap into that beautiful pleasure center and move you along in that life that you so desire. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed. Love you.